Gentlemen, do you notice that you're peeing all the time, always rushing to the bathroom, and getting that sudden, gotta go now feeling? Before you blame your prostate, here are the top 5 things that are irritating your bladder. I'm Janishi Swope, a men's pelvic floor physiotherapist, and in today's video, we're gonna go over the top 5 bladder irritants backed by science, plus what you can actually do in the next 2 weeks to see if they're a problem for you. First things first, if you feel like you've got some irritation every time you feel like you have to pee, it might be natural to think about cutting down on your fluid intake. This is actually counterproductive and probably one of the worst things you can do for your bladder. When people restrict fluids too much, urine becomes more concentrated, which can sting more and actually cause urgency to feel worse. By actually increasing your water or your non-irritating fluid intake, it can make the urine less of an irritant to the bladder and urethra and can help reduce urinary symptoms. With that in mind, let's get right into the list. First up, caffeine. That's good stuff. Now, everybody loves a good cup of coffee. However, large population studies show that caffeine and high coffee intake is associated with more lower urinary tract urgency and frequency. So how does it work? Caffeine can increase urine production and stimulate the muscle of the bladder known as the detrusor. This muscle becomes more active and it sends those signals to the brain telling you that I gotta go now, even if the bladder isn't completely full. Keep in mind that teas and energy drinks also contain caffeine as well, so we want to be smart with what we're choosing to have for our fluids. And if you can't cut out coffee altogether, you want to think about switching to a decaf roast, which is what I'm drinking here. This here is the Agro Sumatra Blend Decaf, and it is the sponsor of today's video. Just kidding, there is no sponsor of this video. I am so far away from monetizing, but with your help, if you like and subscribe right now, I can get one step closer to drinking better coffee. Number 2 is alcohol. Beer, wine, spirits, you name it. Just like with caffeine, alcohol works in the same manner. It's a diuretic that stimulates the muscles of your bladder. Here is Johnny Walker of the Johnny Walker Scotch Whiskey. Johnny Walker always looks like he's in a hurry because Scotch on the rocks also means that his bladder's on the rocks, and he's probably walking to the bathroom every 10 minutes. Number 3, carbonated drinks. Soft drinks, energy drinks, and even carbonated water. Research has shown that carbonated beverages are frequently associated with more lower urinary tract symptoms. Many bladder guidelines list fizzy drinks as common triggers for that increased urinary frequency, urgency, and you might even get some bloating. Number 4 is acidic foods, especially citrus and tomato-based products. There is consistent evidence to show that citrus fruits, citrus juices, and those tomato-based products can flare bladder symptoms and pelvic pain for those with overactive bladder. The acids in these foods and the drinks can make the urine more irritating when it passes through the bladder and urethra, which some people feel as a burning or a feeling of urgency or frequency. And last but not least are your artificial sweeteners. Lab and clinical research shows that this is a common bladder irritant, and many men switch from regular sodas to diet sodas only to notice that their symptoms aren't any different. Alright, so knowing all of this, I'm not suggesting that you have to go cold turkey altogether from these 5 things forever. In the clinic, I always recommend to my clients that we want to eliminate a few things from this list for 2 weeks to see if there is any improvement in that urinary urgency. We then try to add things back one at a time to see if symptoms return, and then we go from there. That step-by-step approach actually helps us figure out which ones are more problematic for you, rather than just guessing. Everybody has different genetics, and some people are just simply going to be more susceptible to certain foods and drinks than other people. We want to find which ones are triggering for you. And one little bonus tip to help you deal with your overactive bladder is to start using what are called urge suppression techniques. This involves things like mental distraction or any behavioral or self-regulatory techniques intended to down-regulate that urge signal. This might look like pausing when you feel the urge, taking a few relaxed breaths, maybe doing a few pelvic floor contractions, and then calmly walking to the toilet instead of running. For more information on a more comprehensive plan for your overactive bladder, I've previously made a video titled 4 Ways on How to Fix Your Overactive Bladder. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check out that video in my channel. And if you've implemented those strategies already, and you're still getting those strong urinary urges, leaks, or that nighttime wakefulness, that's a sign to reach out to a men's pelvic floor physiotherapist or a family doctor for a more comprehensive assessment. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep showing this content to men who might need to see it. Thanks for watching.